everyone to WWF Action. Vince McMahon here along with Jerry the King Lawler. We are all, ladies and gentlemen, headed to WrestleMania in approximately 1 week right now. However, it's Tatanka heading to the squared circle, and right behind him, the CEO of the $1 Million Corporation, yes, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, McMahon, and take a look at that urn in his arm, huh? It's almost as big as his wallet. And after oh, wait a minute now. After WrestleMania, the $1 Million Man's wallet is going to be even bigger.
All right, King, listen up to this news. The WWF is making some news, making some noise as well. Yes, it's a lunch hour you will never, ever forget. This Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern Time, live in Times Square. The ring is set up right there in Times Square. And who's going to be there in the pre-WrestleMania workout? Just about everybody who's on the card at WrestleMania. We're talking Big Daddy Cool, the WWF Champion Diesel. And of course, we're talking, ladies and gentlemen, Bam Bam Bigelow. Wherever there's Bam Bam, there's bound to be Lawrence Taylor, the Hitman, Bret Hart, the Undertaker. They're all there. Come bring your lunch, everybody. That's a lunch hour you'll never forget. This Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern Time. Davey Boy Smith looking forward ever since last week to this one-on-one encounter, and certainly as well looking forward to his match, his tag team matchup that will see the Allies joining forces. Yes, the British Bulldog and Lex Luger battling Jacob and Eli Blue at WrestleMania.
You know, that silly smile on his face just goes to show what I've been telling you all along. Dogs are stupid. And I can assure you, Tatanka will wipe that silly grin off his face in just a couple of seconds. He'll have him tucking his tail between his legs and running right out of here. And speaking of tails, what is that? Take a look at that new bobtail, the dog. Look at that. What kind of tail is that he's sporting, McMahon?
That's not a tail.
What is it?
The British Bulldog. Look at that. Tatanka chopping away on the British Bulldog. Native American Tatanka, ladies and gentlemen, taking it to the British Bulldog. A setup now from one side to the other, coming off the rope over the hip. Oh my goodness! An elbow right in the butt of the jaw. Tatanka off the rope and drops the elbow. And this match could be over in an early stage here. Off the rope again and nobody home. Davey Boy Smith now rolls reverse, setting him up over the hip. Yes. The British Bulldog scooping up Tatanka, slamming Tatanka. And a nice drop kick as well. What a powerhouse Davey Boy Smith is. Uh-oh, snap there. And a cover. Referee to it. Oh, my. So very, very close.
I'll give him this. He's strong. He's got muscles in places most people don't even have places. But like I said, not much upstairs, McMahon.
Well, it remains to be seen. We certainly know as an individual competitor, unquestionably one of the greats in the WWF. Collectively, however, I would suggest, well, you said before you didn't think it was fair that Lex Luger was teaming up with the British Bulldog. I happen to think that potentially it could be the greatest tag team combination ever.
Well, certainly two of the greatest physiques in the World Wrestling Federation. But I just worry about, you think they'll be able to find their way to the arenas?
What do you mean by that grenade? Oh, look at that, yes, oh my! Oh, hard admitter cover, 1, 2, and he... No, not quite. Off the rope, the British Bulldog with tremendous momentum. What a clothesline that was. And to the outside, Native American Tatanka. However, you will not see Tatanka, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, that wasn't very nice.
What was that? What do you mean?
British Bulldog wagging his tail in public.
How dare you?
Well, he was.
This Sunday night nationally televised event, ladies and gentlemen, a steel cage matchup. We'll see Tatanka one-on-one with Lex Luger. Finally, just prior to WrestleMania, the score will be settled once and for all. No running there, no hiding inside a cage. Oh, Tatanka coming back with a vengeance. Yes, Tatanka with a series of chops now and continuing. Take nothing away from the physical skills of Native American Tatanka.
That's right.
And you can bet, ladies and gentlemen, looking on somewhere is Chris Spielman, a part, of course, of Lawrence Taylor's all-pro team, and Tatanka has singled out Chris Spielman.
That's right, and I can assure you, Spielman is a nervous wreck right now, scared to death.
Davey Boy Smith off the rope, no, from behind, Bulldog, driving, Tatanka hanging onto the rope and using his brain already.
No, turn around.
Tatanka way up in the air. There's only one place to go from there. Down to the canvas. Nice maneuver. I don't know, that's just about as close as you can possibly get. A near fall for the British Bulldog. Look of concern on the face of Ted DiBiase. Wait till you see his face at WrestleMania in 1 week's time.
Are you kidding me? He'll have a huge smile on his face. He's reveling. He's wallowing in all the attention he's getting. Worldwide, all over the world, they're talking about this big match. And I can assure you that the $1 Million Man is eating it up.
Yep. Grant you, he's certainly enjoying the spotlight. Ted DiBiase is. His entire $1 Million team is at the moment.
$1 Million Man said, you forget about the 49ers repeating. He's going to take those football players out.
Oh, really? Well, last Monday, it appeared as though, ladies and gentlemen, that Steve McMichael was going to take Kama out.
Yeah,
wow, what a brawl.
I thought he was Bob Backlund there for a minute. McMichael snapped.
Yes, indeed, and he goes snapping again. Oh, wait, no, look at that. The British Bulldog went through the ropes to the outside.
Somebody better have a talk with Steve McMichael. He better not try any funny business like that at WrestleMania.
Oh, you can bet there's going to be all kind of funny business, maybe even a Donnybrook. Who knows what's going to happen? We can have our own battle royal. Oh, what a shot by Tatanka. Tatanka with the British Bulldog, both men outside. Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
And the British Bulldog may not return back into the ring. He might be counted out. Stay with us. When we return, we'll find out. Oh, my goodness. Welcome back, everyone, to more WWF action. Obviously, Davey Boy Smith was not counted out. After we went to the break, Davey Boy Smith very much into this matchup, but Tatanka is dominating the matchup at the moment.
That's right. We're witnessing the demise of Davey Boy Smith. He may not make it to WrestleMania. What do you think?
I would not count the British Bulldog out ever. Oh, a scoop and a slam. Tatanka with momentum. Tatanka up and this time drops the arm. This time a hook in the leg. And a kick out by the British Bulldog. And they're on the outside. Did you see the look on that man's face last Monday night when Steve McMichael went after Kama? He was really shocked, really concerned, and it just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, what potentially could happen at WrestleMania. And by the way, for the benefit of those of you who did not see Steve McMichael go after Kama at the conclusion of this matchup, we're going to show it to you. Off the rope. Oh! Whoa! Tatanka sidestepping the British Bulldog.
I tell you, not too smart, is he, huh?
You keep saying that.
Well, even cats are smarter than dogs. Did you know that?
No, I never thought of it.
Well,
that
they
way.
are. I mean, you'll never see 8 cats pulling a big sled through the snow.
Where does an aardvark fit in there?
A what?
Never mind. Uh-oh. Bad news for the British Bulldog. He's going up. Yes.
That's it.
Suplex, nicely executed by Native American Tatanka.
You keep talking about the look on the face of the $1 Million Man.
Wait, look at this. Tatanka on the top rope, the British Bulldog. Will he get back to his feet? No! Oh, wow, what a chop. And that could do it. 1, 2, and no. A count of 2 is, you just can't put the British Bulldog away. There is no quit in this man.
Come on, that was just kind of a sloppy cover by Tatanka. He'll get him.
And the British Bulldog to the buckle.
I was saying, you keep talking about the look on the face of the $1 Million Man. Wait till you see the look on the face of the head coach. What?
Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, and he's got him.
No, he didn't.
Almost, so close. And again, the chops landing of Tatanka.
As I was saying, McMahon, wait till you see the look on the face of the head coach of the Packers, that Mike Holmgren. Ooh, when he watches WrestleMania and he sees Reggie White and Steve McMichael both bite the dust, wait till you see the look on his face.
Well, that would obviously change the fortune of the Packers if that were the case. Oh, look at that. Yes, that'll do it. Crossbar got him. No, he didn't. Unbelievable. What a matchup this is. Oh, my. What authority. Tatanka knocked through the ropes and to the outside.
Now there is a look of concern on the $1 Million Man's face.
Tatanka, he's had it. Look at this, he's walking away. I can't believe it. He won't be able to walk away in the steel cage match this Sunday, that's for sure. And the British Bulldog brings him right back into the ring.
Where's the $1 Million Team when you need them?
Where are they? You can bet they're planning some strategy, that's for certain. And Davey Boy Smith moving right in, staying on top of Tatanka. Series of forearms there by the British Bulldog. And the British Bulldog sets up Tatanka coming off and oh yeah! the British Bulldog, a former WWF Tag Team Champion, a former Intercontinental title holder as well. And who knows, if he and Lex Luger get it together, once again, Davey Boy Smith could be wearing a Tag Team Championship belt right now in single competition. And the British Bulldog is taking it to Tatanka. And look at this, Tatanka spending more time on the outside now than on the inside, running away, literally running from the British Bulldog.
Oh, come on, man, that's strategy. He's trying to turn it.
Hey, wait a minute.
What I tell you?
The official didn't see Ted DiBiase trip the British Bulldog.
What a clutch. You see him fall on his face?
It was a trip. Oh, no. He was counted out. No.
This is great.
And Tatanka running for cover. Look at him looking over his shoulder, wondering whether or not the British Bulldog is coming after him. Davey Boy Smith can't believe he was counted out.
Tatanka. This is great. And by the time he rolled back in, Tatanka was gone.
A rather disconsolate British Bulldog nonetheless. You can bet that he and Lex Luger will be ready, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the Allies will land at WrestleMania facing Jacob and Eli Blue. All right, we mentioned before, the melee that ensued last Monday.